On today's video, we're going to be running a simulation with Ruben Amorim, who potentially is going to be the next Manchester United manager. Before diving into the video, we are going to be looking at Erik ten Hag's highlights from his time at Manchester United. Ten Hag arriving at Manchester United in 2022 and then sacked 2.5 years later. So what only can be described as an absolute shit show at Manchester United. They did have a couple of highlights, genuine ones, not just me taking the mick like I just done there. Winning 2 pieces of silverware with 1 Carabao Cup and 1 FA Cup. But now it's time for a new era at Manchester United as they welcome Ruben Amorim from Sporting. So here we are on Football Manager 24 and Ruben Amorim is the new manager of Manchester United. So what stands out to me straight away is the coaching attributes maybe not be as good as Erik ten Hag previously, but where this guy really comes into his own is how to manage the players on and off the field and get them fighting for the badge, fighting for the club and putting in performances for the fans. And I think that going hand in hand with his tactical knowledge of 17. So being able to understand how the opposition sets up, where their strengths and weaknesses are, and where Manchester United can punish their opposition on any game. His tactical style, he likes to get the ball out wide to the wings, which is a given, especially when he's going to be playing 3 at the back with the 2 wide wing backs as well, looking to go up and down that touchline. And I think saying he loves the 3 at the back is a bit of an understatement because his preferred formation and his second preferred formation are exactly the same. Very much does love the 3 at the back. As a manager, he tends to fit players into his preferred tactic, works the ball into box, plays out of defence and uses intense pressing. So Manchester United fans are going to be treated this time around to some really shrewd build-up from the back, patiently waiting for openings in the box, not the old Ten Hag way of just lumping the ball up the field and trying to hit teams on the counter. This guy very much does want to dominate possession and then out of possession win it back as quick as possible. But what I like about this guy is it does say he fits players into his preferred tactic. That's his way of playing. He's got a system, he's got a philosophy, everything that Manchester United has been lacking over recent years. Can this guy come in, steady the ship, get the fans on board and get Manchester United back where they belong, to the top of world football? And at only 38 years of age and a 3-star reputation, the future's bright for Amorim and for Manchester United. So looking at that now, that is the setup, and you can see why he does want to play that ball out wide in the wing areas, especially them 2 fullbacks, getting forward, linking up play with the wingers. A really interesting setup is getting goals at the moment over at Sporting in real life, and I can't see why he can't implement exactly the same philosophy at Manchester United and start winning games on a consistent basis with some fantastic wonder kids in this team, the likes of Mainu, the likes of Garnacho. I'm sure he'll get the very best out of them. And I think he's going to look to shift out a lot of the older players like the Deadwood and really try and freshen up this squad over the next few seasons. And in this first season here at Manchester United, Amorim has got a few competitions he's going to be looking to get deep into. Of course, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But let's not forget the Europa League as well. Can he lead them to glory? And can he get Manchester United back into the top 4? And with 18-1 odds to win the title, I think they'll be very much up there at the end of the season. I want to see how he works his magic in the transfer windows. He's going to get back by the board. There is going to be money available. Of course, there is. It's Manchester United. But let's simulate on now. We'll get to the end of the first season and see exactly what he's done, how he's got on. And then we'll have a look at some of the transfers he may or may not have made in January. So coming back at the end of the first season here for Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. And it has been an absolutely superb season, finishing in the 4th position in the Premier League and getting Champions League football coming back to Old Trafford. But only finishing 2 points away from a 2nd place finish. Not too bad. Man City runaway winners in the end. But only losing 6 games in his first stint as Manchester United manager. Not too bad at all. Couple of big losses in there though. Man City disappointing at home. And of course losing to Liverpool at home as well. But big strides are being made straight away here by Amorim. But also looking to get the best out of Rashford again there with 8 player of the matches and Onana with 15 clean sheets. Now in the FA Cup, losing to Chelsea in the fourth round at Stamford Bridge. Difficult draw, but the holders exit in the fourth round. In the Carabao Cup, they did get through to the final, and it could have been a piece of silverware for his first season in charge, but losing to Aston Villa by 2-1. Qualifying with ease in the Europa League Group E, 6 games played, 5 won and 1 draw there, which was at home to Brest. So quite disappointed, but 16 points in the bag, getting through to the knockout stages. In the round of 16, they did progress past Galatasaray 4-0 on aggregate. Got to the quarter-final, but unfortunately fell to the hands of Lille on penalties. But overall, in his first season, I think Man United fans would be thrilled for that 4th place finish and showing progress on the field. Now, he did do a few transfers in January, bringing in Zambrano, Correa from Valencia, Garcia on loan from Barcelona, Quagliata from Cremonese, and also shopping at his former club in Sporting B team, getting in Afonso Moreira. There was a couple of players to leave the club under Amorim, and it was Malacia and Mazraoui both leaving on loan deals. But I think we can expect a lot more outgoings in the summer transfer window and potentially some big names coming in to Manchester United. And it looks like he's finally getting Rashford firing on all cylinders. 18 goals for him, 16 for Joshua Zirkzee, and Fernandes having an absolutely superb season with 14 goals and 15 assists. Now, looking at the setup he's deployed over the first season, it is very, very strong indeed, but definitely room to improve. Maybe he could look to move on Maguire, maybe he could look to move on Lindelof, and potentially even Dalot. Look to bring in a few defenders, strengthen up at the back, and hopefully have a fantastic second season. Gonna say that is an absolutely superb first season for Amorim at Manchester United. Let's carry on a little bit more into the future. Have a look at what kind of transfers are going to come in. It's going to be a big window for Amorim and a big window for Manchester United. Not only that, they're back in the Champions League. Can he deliver on the European front? It's the 2nd of September. We do return. The Premier League has kicked off. Amorim has made some big summer transfer moves. Let's take a look at them first. So we did say they wanted to bring in a centre-half in the window, and he's done that straight away. Bringing in Alessandro Buongiorno, who looks absolutely formidable. A couple of other players were added to the ranks here at United. The first one is Perez coming in from Bayern Munich, and he looks like a backup goalkeeper, 24 years of age, Israeli international, and a shrewd bit of business. And the final one is a world beater in Palacios coming in from Leverkusen for £60 million. But we know how good this guy is, and to have him in the centre of that midfield, a real superstar, a real gem, could dominate the centre of the park with Ugarte. On the outgoing transfers, Ennis, sharp, but the most noticeable one was Jadon Sancho, £25 million to Chelsea. Mazraoui leaving this year on a permanent to PSG. Quagliata going out on loan, and Terrell Malacia going to Ajax for nearly £20 million. After 4 games, they find themselves top of the tree, played for, won for, goal difference of 8, and they've played, well, one hard game there in Tottenham at home, but the main thing is they've won all 4. Rashford, Fernandes playing really well, Luke Shawing getting involved in assists, and once again, Marcus Rashford last year got plenty of man of the matches. He's already got 3 in 4 games. Looks like Rashford really is lighting up under Amorim. Now Manchester United entering the Champions League, of course, in the new format. Can they get in to the top 8, get automatic qualification? And the Man United fans and Amorim dream of European success once again. So the new look Manchester United team for the second season is looking absolutely formidable, especially the 3 centre defenders and the goalkeeper. But then just in front of them, you've got Mainu, you've got Ugarte, you've got Palacios to come in, you've got Mason Mount, and they're supported by the wing-backs in Shaw and Dalot. But then even then, as you get further up the field, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Højlund, Zirkzee, they've got an abundance of quality now all across the field. So Amorim, in his second season, got a fantastic setup now. Quality players all across the field, quality players on the bench, really good depth now at Manchester United. They're top of the league after 4 games. They're back in the Champions League. The world-class players bought in. A bit of the dead wood shifted out of the football club. It's looking good. It's promising. early signs Man United are going back the top of the Premier League. Let's simulate the second season now. Can they keep this momentum going? So in the final season of this simulation, Amorim has brought in 3 players totaling £84 million. The first one being Carlos Cuesta, coming in from Spurs, centre-half, defender, Colombian international, looks solid, looks good. We did say they could do with another centre-half, and they brought one in. Up next is Noah Atabolo, 23 years of age, German goalkeeper, looks absolutely superb. £45.5 million from Freiburg. Did they really need him with Onana? Not in my opinion, but it looks like he's starting games and he's starting very well. This was a bit of a random signing, in my opinion, bringing in Armando Broja from Chelsea. Striker, didn't really need one, can play out wide, so I suppose it does offer some versatility. But costing £34 million, not really performing, that's a questionable deal in my opinion. Now on the outs, Altay, the backup goalkeeper for Onana, has left the club and returned over to Turkey, going back to Fenerbahce. The second one at the club is Afonso Moreira, who they did buy in from Sporting B, but has now been loaned out to Braga for the season. And the final one to exit the club is Victor Lindelof. Now I did think this guy needed to leave. Amorim has done the right thing. He's moved him on, £6.25 million to Marseille. And at 31 years of age, I think his race pretty much run at Manchester United. A good bit of business there. Shrewd getting him out the door. So the overall starting 11 on your screen there: Otabolo in goal, Buongiorno, Martinez and De Ligt in the 3 centre-half positions. You've got Shaw out on the left still, Mainu and Ugarte centrally. But let's not forget the quality of Palacios and Mount to come into that role as well. On the right, they've got absolute lightning speed down there with Correa. And then the front 3, pretty much as you were, with Rashford left, Fernandes right, Højlund leading the line. But with the likes of Broja coming in, still having Xerxes on the bench, they've got quality. They can interchange throughout the squad, keep players fresh for the course of the season. So the summer transfer window now has been closed. The Premier League's underway. 2 wins, 1 draw. There's a long, long way to go in this final season. Yes, it's the last season simulation now, but with the Europa League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup and the Premier League, there's plenty of cups, plenty of silverware available for Ruben Amorim to win and show the Man United fans exactly what he's made of. You know what they say, guys? Third time's the charm. It's the 3rd season. Can Amorim now deliver on all fronts? Money's been spent. It's been a good start. 1 trophy to his name. Can he end this 3rd season on a massive, massive high? And at the end of 3 seasons with Ruben Amorim in charge of Manchester United, he has ended on a high. And not only that, boosted his reputation now up to 4 stars. At the start of the save, it was 3, going up a whole star over 3 years. He's showing his ability to win football games and win trophies. In the Premier League, they managed to finish in 5th position, 6 points behind Chelsea, but still quite a long way behind winning a Premier League title. But some of the bright sparks for Manchester United this season have been Rasmus Højlund, joint top goal scorer in the Premier League, and the new goalkeeper. I questioned it. Why do you need him when you've got Onana? But bagging himself 17 clean sheets. Atabolo definitely showing his worth for Amorim and Manchester United. And with such a good performance in the Premier League, they backed that up in the Carabao Cup with a 1-0 win against Newcastle United in the final. Make that trophy number 2. In the FA Cup, falling short to Aston Villa at Villa Park, losing 2-1 in extra time. In the Europa League, finishing in 10th position, falling short of the automatic qualification, which of course meant a knockout playoff round, drawn against Montpellier, and it was a simple game over 2 legs, 6-0 on aggregate. Moving through to the round of 16, beating Porto over the 2 legs, then taking on German opposition in Union Berlin in the quarter-final, but ultimately coming out on top. In the semi-final, it was a tough tie, but coming out 3-2 winners and progressing to the final to face Leipzig. And the Man United fans and the board witnessed an Amorim masterclass, 4-0, and a taste of European glory once again for Manchester United. And this year, Rasmus Højlund really excelling and pulling away from everybody else. 32 goals, which is an absolutely superb accomplishment. Absolutely got him firing on all cylinders. And pretty much the same goes for Rashford as well, getting 20 goals. And as you would expect, once again, the third consecutive season, it is Bruno Fernandes and Rashford chipping in with massive amounts of assists. But a notable shout out as well to Mainu and Ugarte, definitely contributing over this save. Now, a few career milestones have been reached for Amorim personally and for Manchester United, winning the Community Shield in 2023, FA Cup winners in 25, going along with Manager of the Season, and in the current season, Carabao Cup winners and Europa League winners as well, which of course would mean Champions League football next year for Manchester United. So there it was, guys. Amorim over a 3-year period at Manchester United, bagging 4 trophies, getting Champions League football back on a regular, which is superb for not just the Man United board financially, but for all you Manchester United fans out there. What a manager. Can he deliver this sort of magic in real life? And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. I want to build this channel, get it going this way, the same as Man United under Amorim. Let's reach the top. Until next time, guys, peace out.